Until a new horrible menace threatened the galaxy. Voltron was needed once more.
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and I would like to welcome you to part 4 of our 6-part mini-series featuring the Playmates Legendary Lion series. And these are awesome lions that Playmates has reissued in honor of the Voltron 40th anniversary. And we've been spending the entire week going through them. We took a look at the red lion, the green lion, the blue lion, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the classic legendary yellow lion. So let's jump into this review by taking a look at this awesome blister card packaging. As you can see, the lion is in the blister card and he's really nice sitting there. On the top of the blister card you have ages 4+, you have Voltron, you have the 40th anniversary logo, you have Voltron with his sword looking all cool. You have a product shot of the yellow lion shooting missiles. It says fire missiles. You have the yellow lion just sitting here. That's pretty neat. Classic legendary yellow lion. Over here to the bottom right, you have an awesome schematic of Voltron, and you can see that the yellow lion will make up the left leg of Voltron. And on the bottom right, you have Playmates! Yay! Coming to the bottom of the packaging, you do have Voltron. You have collect all 5 lions to form the classic Voltron. You have all 5 lions, which we'll see ourselves. You have some credits for the box. You have an awesome little barcode, and then down at the bottom right again you have Playmates, and that will bring us to the back of the blister card. And on the back of the card you have some awesome read-ups. You have Voltron, you have classic legendary yellow lion again. On the top right you have the show intro, which is what Peter Cullen would usually say, so that is pretty neat. Coming down you have the schematic again, and then you have the product shot of the lion firing missiles again. You have Playmates bottom right as usual. Coming around you see the awesome yellow lion with all of his accessories, and then you do get a read up of the pilot of the yellow lion. His name is Hunk, and you could read that to your heart's content. But the thing about this guy is every time I hear him, all I can hear is Fred Flintstone. Now, it was the same voice actor, but still, I don't know, maybe Fred Flintstone is an ancestor of Hunks, but I have no idea. Alright, that is the packaging, and I don't want to see the yellow lion in the packaging, and I know you don't, so let's get this kitty out and let him roar. And here we have the lion out of the packaging, and out of the packaging he stands approximately 6 inches tall, and he is approximately 9 3/4 wide, so that is pretty neat, measuring up to the exact measurements of the blue lion, which I would not expect otherwise. He also comes with a nice set of instructions that will help you with his accessories and tell you how to transform him from a lion into a leg, which is always going to be helpful. And he also comes with the usual lion accessories that we will take a look at in just a moment. But first off, I want to take a look at this mellow yellow cat himself. And coming real close in on the head sculpt of the yellow lion, as you can tell, it's a little different than the blue lions, and that's okay because all of these heads have been slightly different, if shapes also slightly the same. For the most part, the head is yellow, which it's supposed to be because this is the yellow lion. You have a nice black stripe going from the top of the head all the way across to the nose, which is nice and black. Have those beautiful blue eyes. You have a nice white mouth. On the side of the head, you have some red, some nice silver, and some black details. I like that. When you open up the mouth, you get white teeth. And like the blue lion, someone has also molded a missile in here, so he could shoot that out if he was so inclined. It doesn't come out, it's just molded in there, so that would be a neat little feature, I guess. Zooming out, we are take a look at the neck. It is nice and yellow. You have a nice red line coming down for the slider, a little bit of black going across, some more black details on the side. That is cool. On the top, same motif, black and red. I like that. The legs are just done in that standard gray, which is okay. The body is all yellow with a little bit of detail in the panels. On the top, you have this little silver section right here, and this is articulate. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a missile launcher or something. We'll take a look at that in articulation. You have some red sections here, coming down to some silver sections and some red fins. That is pretty cool. And we're going to finish this up with a gray tail. So that is a pretty neat color scheme. And it's pretty cool, I guess. Each lion has their own unique look about them, and the yellow lion is no different. All right, moving on. And for articulation, starting at the head can wiggle left, it can wiggle right, it can look all the way. Come in. Hey, honey.
Hey, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good. I've got to finish this review.
What is this? Is this the yellow lion from Voltron?
Yes, this is the
Oh
Playmates Yellow Lion. I'm doing the series about them, and this is part 4. So we're having a week-long event. It's fun.
Do you know what else this also is?
What?
It's mine.
But okay. Well, Bots and Books fans, I guess we'll be right back. Hey, you seem to have taken my lion that I'm reviewing.
I did.
Why did you do that?
Because I want it to be mine.
Oh, well, I kind of need this for a review, and we got like a couple more we got to do, so you're not going to try to steal this from me, are you?
No, of course not. Why would you say such a thing?
Oh, no reason.
I would never do that. Although I have stolen this lion before when I was a little girl, and Voltron was a big thing. My brothers got almost all of the cats, I'm sure. I can't remember. But I kept stealing the yellow one. I liked the yellow one. I didn't know why, but I did. And I stole it. And they would get so mad at me because I would take it out in the yard and play with it in the dirt with the roly-polies. And I would bring it back in the house and it would be covered in dirt and mud. And they would get so mad at me. And they would chase me around. And I just kept stealing it over and over and over again. So I'll probably end up stealing this one too.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. But in the meantime, can I have it back to finish my review?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that was a really nice story. I thank you for sharing. I think I'm going to keep that into the video.
Okay.
Okay. I love you. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And that was a nice moment with Queen Bravo, but let's get back to where we were, and that was with the articulation. Starting with the head can kind of wiggle left and right. It can look down a long way. It can look up a long way. The mouth will open, and it is still on a spring, so it will snap close really fast if you let go of it, so be careful with the fingers. The neck is on the slider hinge, and you can see it can go all the way down there and then all the way up there. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see how far he looks straight up. And that is pretty neat. Coming to the front paws. The front paws can go back a little ways but forward a lot. They can't go 360 degrees because this back section gets in the way, but that's still a long way for little legs. Bring it down. Alright, bringing it down. The knee part can come up a long way, but back an even longer way because it folds in on itself. The foot is basically 90 degrees forward, and then it can go all the way back to 90 degrees. Not much past that. And that is an interesting rotation. The middle of the body has no articulation because it is a solid piece. However, if you come up to the top, you do have this little missile launcher or cannon blaster thing, and it is articulate. It can go up and down about 90 degrees. That's pretty neat. There is not anything to put in it or no effect to attach to it, but so I guess you'll just have to use your imagination, but it's pretty neat nonetheless. Coming to the back leg can come up a long way, it can go back a long way. straight out, and your knee will come up a little bit and back all the way in on itself. The back feet can go up a little bit, and then they can go back almost to 90 degrees, but they're still more articulate than the front feet, I guess. So that will bring us to the tail, and the tail can move up and down. It doesn't go around 360 degrees, but it's okay. It's fine for what it is. All right, that is the lion's articulation. And to get him into leg mode, first thing you want to do is push up the tail, bring the back legs up, bring the knee section back, and then bring the foot up so it looks like that. Again, bring the back legs up, bring the knee section back, and then bring the foot forward. So there you go with that. And coming to the front legs, pull them back, pull the knee section up, and make sure your foot is as straight up and down as it can be, because this is going to turn into your heel. Same over here, back, bring the knee section up and the feet up, and then from this point you would just bring the head of the lion up. And I think the best way to look at this, and what I've found works best, is to have like 3 of these black lines in the red slider showing, and I think that's pretty much the best position of your foot right there. So you'll have to play with it when you get your Voltron together, and there is a secret panel right here where the black lion foot will go into, and that will be how it holds on to the Voltron robot. So that is going to be your yellow lion articulation and his foot mode. Alright, moving on. And that will bring us to the yellow lion's accessories. And first off, we are going to take a look at the awesome jaw blade. And the yellow lion's jaw blade is very unique in the fact that it is just a single blade. I really like how this is designed. Have a very large yellow handle here. Good design in there. Nice glossy yellow paint. Maybe could have used a second coat. It's always kind of hard to paint yellow onto things, but it's alright. Coming to the back, you just got a little bit of openness here, so that's okay. You will have the tab here that will go into the lion's mouth, and you could either have it the blade facing to the left or the blade facing to the right, and this is the way that the instructions would like you to have it. But you can have it any way you want. This isn't Burger King, but it is your toy, so your choice. And moving back from the jaw blades, we have the razor wheel, which is pretty neat. And the razor wheel is basically just that. It's a wheel with some spikes, and I'm sure they're razor sharp, but these are actually just soft plastic blunted at the top. Have a nice yellow section right here in the middle. And on the back, you have your tab, which will port into either side of the lion, the front or the back, wherever you want to place this. And it actually just reminds me of a Junkion shield. You know, it's pretty much the same design. And that's gonna be your razor wheel. And finally, coming to the back, we have the yellow lion's rocket launcher. And it's really neat. You have your 2 rockets here, and they are on a single stem, which you wouldn't really be able to tell. You'd think that there's 2, but there's actually just 1, and I'll show that in just a minute. Has some nice yellow up here for the top of the launchers. Regular gray plastic, but you have some neat details. Looks like some jet engines back here at the back. And this is the tab. You can tab it on either side of the lion, front, back, left, or right. And if you are curious, like, where is the firing button? Did they leave it out? No, it is actually this particular section right here. So let's zoom out And before we try this, remember your disclaimer. Do not fire at people, animals, or at eyes or face. Do not use any projectiles other than those provided with the toy, or you'll get in trouble. Okay, with that out of the way, let's try this thing out. So, the button is right here, and when you're ready and aiming in a safe place or at another toy, you may push this button and whoosh! There goes the missiles. And that is pretty cool. And the design of these missiles are really cool. As you can see, you basically just got one, but it's attached at the top with another missile head. So it gives the impression that you have two when there's only one. So that is pretty cool. But pew! I like it. And I will say, be careful when you try to place this thing on, because you'll be sitting there trying to grab it like this, and oh, you get shot in the face. Not that happened to me or anything. No, because I would never do that. All right, and that's gonna be the Yellow Lion's missile launchers, and this is again really cool. And these are some great accessories. All right, moving on. And for comparison, here you have the Yellow Lion with the Studio Series Dinobots, Sludge, and Slag. And they do look okay to scale, but the Dinobots come in a little smaller when you're dealing with the Leg Lions. But that is still a pretty neat comparison with some robot animals. But again, not as good as the Masters of the Universe mounts. So I like this scale a little better when you're dealing with the Leg Lions. So, yeah. Alright, and that is going to be a few comparisons. Moving on. And here you have all the lions that we have reviewed thus far, all armed up, and they are just so cool. We have the green lion, the yellow lion, the red lion, and the blue lion. The team is definitely shaping up to be super cool. All right, moving on. And this has been the classic legendary Yellow Lion from the good folks at Playmates. And this is also the fourth lion that we've took a look at in our series, and I continue to be very happy with the way they're coming out. I love that the sculpt and the molds are all slightly different, but still have traces of the same type of figure. The articulation's really good and simple. The accessories, again, are all very similar, but again, different, and I just love the colors of these guys. But to be honest, I think the Yellow Lion here is one of the weaker ones. It doesn't have a lot of breakup in the color. It's mostly yellow. You do got a little bit of red in there, but I think some more color would have done it well. But when it comes to these figures, no matter what the minute complaints I have, I am very happy that Playmates has reissued these figures. I never had a real good Voltron set as a kid, but as we heard from Queen Bravo tonight, she kind of did. And even if she didn't understand what the lion was completely or use it to its full potential, she had a great time playing with it, and she was able to make a lot of fun memories, so much to the point that she's probably going to steal my Yellow Lion. I gotta watch out for that. But I really think it harkens back to a reason we collect toys as adults, that maybe we want to recapture those happy memories that we had when we were kids. Because some of us grew up in a very bad way, and maybe one of the only happy points in our lives was playing with a toy, a transformer, a colorful lion, or what have you. But I digress. And that's going to wrap it up for our look at the legendary Yellow Lion. If you're looking for this particular lion, you can find him on the store shelves right now, and he will go for $20. I found mine at Target. They are becoming very scarce right now, but hopefully as time goes by, more will come out to the market, and you'll be able to find them a little easier. But if you're looking, happy hunting. Alright guys, that is it. That is the video. We are on the down stretch now. Come back tomorrow when we take a look at the legendary Black Lion. So until then, have a great night and keep playing.